Jody, you wait a little while for a win to come along, and then two come along at once in some style today.
Yeah, there was. It's nice with obviously the amount of goals, but I think we've played better than that, to be honest. I felt we started both halves really poorly. Probably the second half even worse than the first. Albeit, I think their goals offside. Our line getting up from the set piece was poor. And then we showed some good attacking attributes. And when we did pass the ball and play the game, simplify our game, I felt we looked a good team. But if I'm being honest, we didn't do it as much as we could have done. I felt we could have made the game a lot more comfortable earlier than we did. That sounds like I'm being picky with a 5-1 win, but for 10-15 minutes of the second half, they were by far the better team. And we allowed them an opportunity to maybe get back into the game, and if it wasn't for Sol in goal, they would have done.
That mentality, though, to concede early but come back the way you did, that's a huge positive, I guess.
Yeah, obviously it's never nice going behind, especially when you then see that the goal's offside. But at the same time, you do have to give the players credit for sticking to it. But if we're being honest, they shouldn't have really been in that position anyway if we'd have defended properly and we'd have started the game properly. But you then do have to hand credit to the players, because the way in which they not only got themselves back into the game, which I think it was Marcel that got brought down for the penalty for the equaliser. I think after that actually happened and obviously Jeffy put it away, I felt that we looked a threat, albeit without being in as much control as what we maybe have done over the last couple of games. I felt we should have been in a lot more control in possession, but we made too many mistakes. But when we did get it right, we looked a good attacking threat, and that's the reason why we ended up punishing them and could have had more goals.
And just on that, really clinical today. Obviously, Jeff got coming in today and scoring two. I know we were probably handed a couple of goals there, but you still got to have the composure to put those away and put yourselves in the lead.
Yeah, and it wasn't forget the goals. I mean, as a striker, we all know that you're judged by goals, but Jeffy's work rate the last couple of games has been outstanding. He's worked the line really well. I think you only need to look at there was a period quite late in the first half where he covered in for Wakey and ends up making a block tackle in the left back area, and I think that's testament to his work rate over the last two games, and he showed bits of quality as well. So I'm pleased with Jeffy, because like I said, he's maybe missed out on some minutes that are not really been for his down to him. It's more along the lines of we need to protect either other positions, or we need to look at things from a set piece angle where he hasn't maybe got more minutes. But I'm really pleased with him, because he's been patient and he's done well the last two games.
Encouraging as well that goals have come from all over the side today.
Yeah, it's always good if you're getting goals from different places amongst the team. It shows that how I like my teams to be is I like us all to defend and I like us all to attack. Obviously, I'm not talking about your Bruits and Clates steaming through the middle of the pitch, but if you've got a threat from set pieces like Clate showed, you've got Marcel that's attacking from the left back area, which wins the penalty, midfielders getting in on the act, then yeah, you give yourself a better chance if you can all attack. And like I said, I think Huts was close on one in the first half as well. So yeah, I mean, I think that's how I know that's how I like my teams to play. I like us all to defend and all of us to be able to be an attacking threat at the right times.
And were you pleased as well today that in previous games we've dominated spells and not capitalised on that, and then the other sides have got into it, had a bit more of the game and punished us for that. But today we didn't see the ball maybe for a 10-minute spell, but still kept going and obviously scored some more goals there.
Yeah, I would like to be a lot more confident about that spell, but I'd be lying if we could have easily conceded in that moment. And like I said, I know that's what you've got your goalies in there for, which we love telling Mildy about. The goalie's in there for that. But I have to say, I thought Sol's been first class today. I felt he caught a couple of really dodgy balls early in the first half. I thought he caught quite a heavy shot, and then the two saves he makes down at people's feet in the second half when we was under it. because nobody was performing well at the beginning of the second half, except for him. And the fact that he makes those saves allows us to then go on and win more comfortably. But if he doesn't do that, then it would have been a different second half.
And what do you think has been the difference in the last two games compared to the ones before that? Because there seems to be a lot more energy, just a lot more confidence in the side. Can you sort of pinpoint any sort of reason in particular that we've managed to pick up these last two results?
Not really. I think we've played better than today. As I said, I think that we've played games where, if you look at the beginning of the second half, if they score a goal in that period, we've had those moments before. We've been up by 2, we've been winning by a goal or whatever, and then goals can change games, and too many times it's changed for the worse for us. Just so happens when we did have our really bad spell at the second half, our goalie stood up to the test and then allowed us to ride through the other side, and then we capitalised. That there ain't much difference, if I'm being honest, in the performance compared to maybe 5, 6, 7 games where I feel we've been by far the better team and just haven't got the points that we deserve. But yeah, today, just because it's 5-1, I'm not going to stand here and say that we was absolutely outstanding compared to other games. I think that we've done very, very similar in many a game, and just have been on the wrong end of a decision, or a team's punished us for moments that we've given them. And today, our goalkeeper stood firm to those moments and then allowed us to then go on and extend the lead.
And just finally encouraging that you can score 5 away, but there's still room for improvement, which is a real positive in itself, I guess. More to come from the lads.
Yeah, and that's why it's the first thing I said to him at the end. I don't want to be negative, but the whole thing that I spoke about at half time was the next goal is pivotal, but also we need to start better than we started the first half, and in fact we ended up starting worse. So yeah, that's something that needs to be looked at, to be fair, going forward, because we can't allow teams, because on another day we get punished in the beginning of that second half, and then it's a totally different game. So yeah, it's pleasing to score 5 goals, but obviously score lines and points don't always, it's not how I measure performances. Yes, it's all great when they come at once, but if we're going to improve and get better, we need to stamp out some of the things that we showed today in spells.
Well done today.
Cheers, mate.